Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, this is Chen. I am the CEO for Geoteaming, and I'm here in Orlando, Florida at Training Magazine's Conference 2019. Oh my gosh, it's day 4 or 3 or 22. I don't know.
Yeah,
and I'm so excited. This was my co-host for the orientation opening session of this. She is an amazing person. Let me introduce to you Heather Riddick.
Thank you so much. Hi, John. So glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
So we did some awesome teamwork on day 1.
We did. We did.
So talk about your experience of that opening session.
It was amazing. I wasn't expected to run all over the place and meet with people and do different scenes from movies, but it was great. It pulled me out of my own comfort zone of some things. It did.
Okay.
I'm extroverted too, so this was kind of interesting, but had a great time. Met some people, got a chance to see them in action in character.
Yeah,
So,
in character, we're Disney character. Okay.
Just doing something more than you thought you would do.
And have you seen any of those people that were on your team?
I have. Someone stopped me today.
Yeah.
I was sitting down on the bench, and they came up and they was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hi, I remember you. I remember everything you did." And so when you were rearing up to be a horse, or when you were doing making a mask face or something, so it was amazing.
And that connection is so important, right? One of the goals was networking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The networking goal, the connection, talking about how we can use this back home. With our teams or our companies, so absolutely.
So for those who didn't know, we went on this high-tech scavenger hunt. There was orientation. So, I mean, kind of like in a sentence or two, for somebody who wasn't here, what would you tell them, or how would you describe that?
I would describe it as fast-paced, high energy, felt like Raiders of the Lost Ark meets learning and development, you know.
Okay, good.
No, it was
great.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah,
It was just because it really made us think about the clues and who's going to play what role, and so it was just really fascinating. Great opportunity to connect with people.
So now Heather did something really special too in this session. She gave 10 things. We don't have time for 10, but I want to give your top 2 or 3 things to make your training conference experience amazing, right?
Okay. Yeah. Top 10 things. Download the app. Download the app. You need a profile. When you make a connection like this, you want to make sure that you have that contact information so that you can follow up and have conversations. The second thing is visit the expo. Spend time talking about it. You know, think about what keeps you up at night, and then go to those specific vendors. Test out the kitchen. We have a technology test kitchen. It's amazing products that are being explored. You can kind of test them out and take notes. The last thing is give yourself permission to also reflect. There's so much in the conference. You're just consuming a lot of information. Take time to think about it. You know, just let it sit for a minute.
So, you know, today we had this amazing talk from Alan Funt's daughter.
Yes.
Her whole thing is white space. They have research on white space that says that if you can make even 20 minutes a day, right? Or was it 20 minutes a week?
I think 20 minutes.
I don't know. It was 20 minutes a week. It's very little time. That if you can make white space in it, that the productivity of your company could soar, right?
Yeah.
So how did you make white space today? I'm kind of curious. I'll tell you how I made mine.
So, gosh, today I made space during lunch. I made space during lunch. I just gave myself some time to just think outside the box.
Did you eat by yourself then?
I actually started, and then I invited people to my table. But it was great.
Couldn't do it.
I really couldn't, because then the conversation kept continuing, and so it just seemed to land on what the focus was for the people who were coming to the conference. But that's okay. I like that I can take it back to my room.
Yeah. You want to hear my white space?
Yes, I do. Tell me.
This is actually kind of an emotional story.
Okay.
I cried today. So everybody left, and we were sitting in the front row. By the way, that's my tip. Get there 15 minutes early to the keynote, and sit in the front row, people.
Best photos.
Best everything.
Best everything.
Yeah. So anyways, the lady from Pixar was showing the amazing, right?
Yeah.
And then she was there. I didn't want to go up and bug her, but there was no line, and I'm like, well, fine, I'm gonna go talk to her.
Yeah, why not?
And I go up to her, and I suddenly realize what I'm gonna say, and I'm like, I just want to thank you for working on Pixar films. I just said, me and my college roommate, when we saw that first Pixar short, we were so blown away, and knowing that it was all created by a computer.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank you for that. I said, now I got to share this part. The other part of the story is a little bit of a downer. It's 10 years ago, he was in LA, 10 years ago, his sister called me, who I'm very good friends with. Sister called me, and she goes, John, she goes, Jeff is dead. And then just broke into tears. He went to bed in LA and didn't wake up the next morning.
Wow.
And it was a shock to all of us. And he loved all the Pixar films. Like because they have double and triple entendre, right? They got kid humor, and they got we just loved all that stuff. So we really had a connection over, cool and culture and pop culture. And so today I said thank you. And when I said thank you, I just started crying. Like he's here, right?
Yeah.
And that's how much the movies mean to us. It's hard.
No.
I miss him.
No. Yeah, it's okay.
I miss this guy. And his sister came up for my 40th birthday party. Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry, my 50th birthday party. She flew from LA and spent 3 days with me to help me run my birthday party. And she said, just because, she goes, life's too short.
It is.
She goes, I don't get to spend this time with you. And so she spent 3 days with me, specifically, and as the guest of honor, because she flew the farthest for my birthday party. And
so you had a great moment.
I had a great moment.
Yeah,
and I didn't expect it.
And
so to be able to thank somebody, for me, it was trying to communicate how much impact her work has when it's just really math.
Yeah. Ones and O's.
But when it's put in that format, it gives people an emotional connection. When I traveled to Taiwan, we were trying to find topics of the conversation. Hollywood movies was it. They knew them all.
Yeah.
We knew them all, right?
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I just wanted to thank her for her work.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah,
thank you for sharing that with me. Yeah. No. I think we need to give ourselves some room and space to have these moments.
So that's where the white space came in, is after they did that, right? Yeah. There's nobody in the keynote. There's 50,000 seats in there. And I sat in the front row after I talked to her, and I just put my head in my hands for 10 minutes, thinking about my friend.
Yeah.
That's white space. That's white space.
That's white space. That's good. That's good. Wow.
Deep breath.
Yeah, deep breath.
Cleansing.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd come the third time. Okay. So, one of the cool things about this conference, right, is collab. Collab, right? Collab. So what does collab mean to you?
Collab to me is about people from different walks of life or with these unique experiences coming together for some shared mission.
Yeah.
And sharing their perspective on that mission.
Yeah.
But everybody has say. And say as in, can join in the conversation so that whatever the outpouring is, you have something beautiful at the end.
It's inclusion. It's like how you do lunch, right? I do lunch too, which is I saw a woman, and she's from Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah.
She was eating lunch by herself, right? And I just I looked at the 3 tables. I'm like, I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
Right, and then it turned into a collab, and it was so cool because later on she disclosed to me, and she goes, I said, what were you feeling while you're sitting here alone? She goes, I was actually kind of feeling pity. Like pity me, look at me, I'm sitting all by myself, right? Table for one, right?
Right, yeah.
She was like that, and I said, I think I felt your pity. I mean, not in a bad way. I'm just saying I sensed that, and I said that was intuitive why I chose your table.
Empathy.
And then what happened afterward was pure magic.
What?
It's me. It's her. It's me. We have this deep conversation, right? Actually, we're going to see her on Friday because we're still here. We're going to drive to Sarasota, and I'm actually doing a little team building thing for free for her.
Oh, good.
Right? So then, most of the stuff's not free, by the way.
Okay.
So then Tiagi. Do you know who Tiagi is?
Yes, I know Tiagi.
Tiagi sits down with us.
No way.
And he starts just being Tiagi. Hello.
Very impersonation.
I said, Tiagi, will you please share with, I think your name was Danielle, will you please share with Danielle, how many games have you created with playing cards?
Yeah.
3. Dude, the guy's created 20,000
Yeah, I was gonna
games.
Say it's gotta be. It can't be 3,000.
I was waiting there, and then I just dramatic paused because I thought he would follow the joke on like with 3 games. He didn't give me nothing. I'm like,
3.
Tiagi, I bet one of them is go fish. And he laughs under his breath. That was it. That's my Tiagi impression.
That's awesome.
Okay, so Tiagi sits down. Then the next guy sits down. The next guy is the Disney trader, like a mouse.
Yeah, the mouse.
Meet that guy? I like that guy.
I bought the book.
25
Okay.
years of designing
Yeah.
production for this place and
Yeah.
writing the standards for Disney University.
Yeah, that's huge.
He's valuable.
They do customer service like no other. I mean, it truly is. I have impressions just from the check-in process.
I do.
I mean, the meal. I mean, simple things.
The bar.
The bar.
It's all here.
Yes, everything. And everybody believes in the fact that they own that portion or that engagement with the
With you.
customer. Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
so personalized.
This.
Yes.
This right here. This is my tip for you.
Yeah.
It's always my first visit. Okay.
Awesome.
When you check in, ask for this
Yes.
pin, and if
Yes.
it's your birthday, ask for the birthday pin, and
Yes.
watch how your experience will change with
from
this
that.
small metallic item.
Just like that.
Yeah,
That's
And
awesome.
We're saying the brand is so strong is that actually I've gotten more reactions out of non-Disney people.
Yes.
Saying, "Hey, happy first visit!" Woo!
Give me
I don't
high
even-
fives.
Yeah,
it's a great experience.
And then the table. What else happened? We joined in later, and then the guy, Greg Claxon, and his wife Rebecca came.
Okay.
And these people, she just got back 3 days ago. She is the first American woman to skydive over the Egyptian pyramids.
Wow.
They have
Wow.
the exclusive.
I've never been.
And guess what we're gonna do with them?
No.
Collab.
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 You
Because
are?
who's gonna skydive over a pyramid?
Yeah.
Mwah.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
put a pin.
What?
You have to put a pin, create a pin for your scavenger for the geoteaming.
Okay, create a game.
Yeah, create a game.
Oh, a pin meaning
Yeah.
a location, a
Yes,
mission,
yes.
geolocated. Okay, I got this. I got it. I'm like a pin.
Yeah.
I mean, like
a
this
first
pin. Look
visit,
at it. Look
a
at
first
it.
visit pin.
Okay, look.
First visit pin.
Did you win?
I did. My company did.
Okay. You did.
Not this one. Another one.
Yeah, the one that you
Yeah.
represent.
Yes.
So she got to go to the gala and dress up.
That's right.
Holla,
It was awesome.
right? And
Number 4, Nationwide Insurance.
I talked to 6.
You
They
did?
were unhappy.
Yeah.
Because they were 3, and then I have a secret. I'm going to put
Yeah.
this on the air.
Okay.
I know a guy. If you want to be number 1 in training magazine's top 125,
Send me email.
I know a guy. Just
Contact
hit
him.
me up,
Contact him.
and I get a percentage. Okay. So anyway, so that's
Okay.
number. Congratulations, Blue
Thank you.
Box.
Thank
Love
you.
that nationwide.
That's awesome.
I've done team building
Yeah.
for them.
No,
I would love to do more.
That's right.
So collab. So yeah, what
Okay.
does collab mean to me? Collab means.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, collab is teamwork.
Teamwork.
Collab too is that when 2 or more people are really enjoying the process of it too.
Yeah.
It's not just the end product.
No, it's not.
And it's true. I'm actually at the
synergy.
stage. Yeah, I don't want to work with anybody who doesn't want to work with me.
Yeah.
You don't have to want to work with me, right? Because hey, that guy knows. Kevin knows. I'm
Come on
kind
in.
of a lot.
Come on in.
Right?
Yeah, I'm
not for
learning that,
everybody.
Kevin.
It's a lot to handle, but you're okay.
I'm
Come on,
learning that.
kid. Come on.
Come on in.
Whoa, don't
Whoa.
trip over the cord.
I won't.
Okay,
I
yeah.
won't.
You're
So-
my silly putty.
Okay.
I mean,
I was gonna take it, you know.
And by the way,
take
Keith
it.
is not an improver, okay? He has no
Okay.
improv skills. He
Okay.
has no NLP skills.
Okay.
what are we playing?
Just,
Word associations?
Don't know.
Keith, we're
I
just talking
go
about
with it.
collaboration. So
Yeah.
what's your definition of collaboration?
I think collaboration is when it becomes natural. So everybody will say working together, but it's natural. The team just works to where they know what the other hand's doing.
Okay, read the script now over here, please.
Collaboration is when 2 people come together.
Let's see some emphatic. Let's see some presidential
Yeah.
emphatic.
Do you take this woman? Wait, no, that's dictatorship. That's
why-
dictatorship. My bad.
You will take this
We're
woman.
culturally progressive.
Yeah.
Do you take this man to be your man?
There you go. There you go.
I'm inclusive. I'm inclusive.
That's right.
Thank you.
How do you identify him as a man?
I identify
Should
myself
it be
as
they, she?
What?
It,
That's it. My title.
they, she.
Address me as what?
You what? What? What?
Awesome.
Okay.
Edit that out.
Why? I like what is not offensive, is it? Did I miss it?
No, it's funny.
I got many more offensive words.
Yeah.
So wait till the end of the video. So okay, let's ask you now.
Okay.
Keith, you're going to be the consultant.
Okay.
Okay.
We want to collaborate, but we don't know what to do. What should we do?
Well, what project are we working on?
Onboarding.
Onboarding. Awesome. So you
Okay.
guys want to collaborate on onboarding? Now
Yes.
let's start with first defining roles.
Okay.
Because just because you're working together doesn't mean you're working on different roles.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Well, I'm reading the script right over here. No, so I think what's important is you guys need to realize when you're doing this,
Okay.
know each other's roles, stay in your lanes. Because also with collaboration,
Stay in your lane.
there-
You stay in your lane.
with collaboration, there's always going to be friction.
Oh, so if I roll into his lane,
He's gonna just sideswipe you and keep going, man. You better get that license plate number.
I'm not sure if I'm on board with the lane thing because you know earlier on we did that
yesterday,
exercise, right?
and he
they said
came
change
into my
lanes,
lane.
Yeah, and they said that like you change lanes, right? Okay, and
He
then
was too
you
focused.
forgot to do this, right? Because otherwise we're turning left to Jersey.
Well, he was too busy trying to change the radio station
I
and came
was.
into my lane.
Actually, I was driving like this.
So
If you know anything about Asian drivers,
Oh, you did not do that.
they don't know how to use a blinker.
Oh my God. What? Okay, I identify you as what? WTF? What the Farazi?
Farazi.
Yo. Oh my
Awesome.
God. Did that just happen?
It did. It did.
You're fired.
That's how you collaborate.
That's how you collaborate right there. We're gonna go to HR now.
Okay, I think Monica's calling me.
I see.
Okay.
I know her mom.
Oh, you do?
He's got to report.
That's awesome.
That was all scripted,
Okay,
people.
yes.
All scripted.
Oh.
So no, talk about okay. Let's talk about onboarding.
Okay.
So we have people onboarding too.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you our scenario. So it's a truck company. They make beautiful large trucks. I'm not going to say names.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they onboard 20 people a month, and they not only, I mean, a lot of them are younger, so we're into that millennial right piece most likely because
Makes sense.
they're new hires, and they really need to know this company's like values and cultures.
Okay.
Plus, they physically need to know like they're spread out in like 6 or 8 buildings in the city.
All right.
So that's I think my scenario. What's your scenario?
Well, we have new people joining our company all the time.
Okay.
And it's about bringing everybody in to understand what our company's about, the cultures
Yeah.
and values, like you said. I just remember from onboarding experience for me personally that it's so much crammed into that first week because you've got benefits. Think about all the information that's coming at us.
You can't even process
How
it.
can
It's
you
like
put
it's
this
like
in?
this conference.
Yeah,
sometimes, right?
yeah. So it's overwhelming sometimes. So starting to think about how do we strip out, or is there a way for us to layer an approach for onboarding for people so they get the most important thing to be proficient day one?
What's something unique too that you bring to onboarding that I probably don't know about?
Let's see. Unique.
Unique.
I think something unique is the ability to tell our story. Because when people join the company, they join and they accepted the position, but now they're a part of the family. And so we need the history.
Yeah, this
the
company has
culture.
almost 100 or more years of experience.
Absolutely.
Right.
So what's the personality, the DNA of our company?
Yeah.
You know, and now you're a part of that. Let me tell you what that means and what you get because now you're a member.
Oh, is that what you call them?
No,
But you will.
but we will.
One day.
We go one day. We're working towards that.
Okay, you're not going to call them what?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no. What?
Yeah, I don't think an HR president would be like that.
Wrong company.
Wrong
wrong
company.
company. Anyway, so remember, okay.
Yeah.
So, and let's just check the end result of that. So, if this training was successful, what's something that you would think a participant would be able to say or do?
Well, one, I think they would still be here. A lot of times, the first 6 months for anybody new to the company, statistics tells us that they sometimes leave.
They back out.
Correct.
Right.
So you miss all of that revenue you put in to acquire them. Training.
Oh my gosh,
all
so
that,
expensive.
Background checks, all of those things that happen. Recruiting, selection, interview process.
It's
so
somebody else that you didn't put in who would have been
who would have
awesome.
stayed. So I'm thinking it would be retention for one of the indicators, right? A
like
successful retention rate
At
after
the
a
6 month
year.
mark.
Well, 6 month or a year, whatever
Yeah,
that
both of
process
them.
looks. Yeah, absolutely. And them telling about their experience to other people. So referrals. Can you imagine what the uptick would be in referrals for people to say, "Oh, I had a great training experience. This was great. This
You
is a
wanna
great
work for
company.
this
You want to
company."
work for this company."
Well, you know the science behind this. Right?
Tell me.
The science for
Remind
this.
me.
This is the keynote speaker has a book on there. Says if you have a best friend at your work,
At work.
you are 7x
7
more
times.
likely to stay at the company, and that's your retention number.
7
alone.
times.
You just do
Yeah.
that. So that the goal of the game, perhaps, is to retain it, and the strategy for that is either make a friend or something else.
Make a friend.
Buy into the culture might be the 2 top strategies I could think about for that audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I could think about that.
Cool.
That makes sense.
Okay,
'Cause
cool.
we're in this world, we want to be in relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Community.
Well, especially the
So-
millennials too. They always want to stay connected. Here's a great example. You know what DECA is, right?
Remind me.
It's a high school program that
Yes.
like they dress up and they
I
do
remember that
business
now.
plan competition. Yeah,
Yes,
right?
I'm like, it took me back.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I've done like a 2,000 person team building event for DECA, right? With
Wow.
the cell phone scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
They loved it, right? And then at the end of it, what happens at 10 o'clock is curfew. Mm-hmm. So guess what happens at 10 o'clock?
They go home. They leave.
No, first they're in a hotel because they have traveled.
Oh.
So, but what happens is that they said that in the last couple of years, this is what they saw. When they go to their rooms, they don't go to bed. Everyone opens their phones or their laptop, and they hop onto their online groups,
Yeah.
and they keep connected, right? Like the
makes
kids who are
sense.
playing games are playing in teams, and they're connected, and they're actually learning really valuable remote collaboration skills with the gaming because their headset. They have this whole coded language that none of us understand now about who's where and how to play. Whether it's a shooting game or they have a push a ball game and stuff. It's like soccer, but it's all
Wow.
virtual. And so, anyways, it's
I don't know
connected.
about these games.
So connected is really key. So here,
Yeah.
okay. So here's what I think. This would be a great collab.
Okay.
Is we sell to the clients in this case. We sell one to each of our clients, so
Okay.
it's super fair, right? Except for maybe number of people, we'll see.
Okay.
But that's how we could collab. And that we sell a year-long piece.
Okay.
And what we sell at the end, or maybe get a bonus for the end, is the retention rate.
Yes.
Right.
Nice. Okay.
Right, because there's already a dollar
That's
value.
right, that's right.
It's $1 million for a 7-year employee to leave. It's probably like $250,000 or something for a new person to leave.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah. Let's just go with that.
All right, so what we do is we co-design that piece. So this is where you can help me
Okay.
on this part. Is saying no, this is so important. All right, let's say let's pretend like it's Crutcher Lewis is not the client, but they build buildings, right?
Okay.
And they have 122 years of history, and on their board they have like Lease was one guy, Crutcher is the other guy, Lewis is the third. They were building stuff in Seattle when it was flat.
Okay.
You didn't know this or that. Like Seattle has hills because when they built it flat the first time, and then the sewer system was so bad, like when the rising tide would come up,
So
it would actually explode through the toilet, right? So they had tide tables next to the toilet until they raised the whole town up.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, and all this is
Fascinating.
part of the history,
Okay.
right? And it would talk about how these guys, they started with nothing, like except like a big tree saw.
Okay.
And now they are
Now
a
they
multi-million dollar.
Yeah.
It's responsible for all the big buildings.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think that's the
story.
story. One of the things is you could be responsible for digging into the story
Correct.
and figuring out how do we deliver it to it. And I'm in charge of the game piece, right? So, like, what do we say in the referral part?
good,
There is a
yes.
mission. There are like at least
Mission.
3 missions.
Yes.
That says later on, refer a friend.
Yeah.
Refer a friend 1, refer a
Yeah.
friend 2, refer. So it's, one of the question above it is, do you like working here?
Yes.
And then right after that is, if you like working here,
What
who
do
do
you-
you know that would be a perfect fit for fill in the blank?
Okay. I was going with, do you like working here? Why do you like working here?
Yes.
And how could you tell your friend about why? So then it's an experience of me, and I'm selling you on my experience.
Yeah. So, and this is the power of words. I mean, we have the same concept, but
Yes.
because we're worded differently, we will get a different answer.
Yep.
But we learned this
Yeah,
this
we did,
week.
yeah.
If you're asking the questions, you're controlling the conversation.
Yes. It's good. It's good.
I know. We're doing mic tricks. So, Randy knows
But
that,
yeah,
right?
but yeah, that's
All
good though. But I
So-
like it though.
So
The
Randy,
missions.
yeah. So Randy knows he's my VP of sales. He's
Yes.
going to come on camera
Okay.
now, and so we're
Okay.
going to tell him this amazing idea.
Okay.
He's going to say how much he's going to charge for it.
Okay.
Well, maybe not, but
Welcome, Randy.
he's going to tell him if it's a saleable idea.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So Randy's so tall. I'm going to give him my mic.
Okay.
Just gonna, oh, please. I just want to see him. It's like 4 minutes.
It's like you're pinning on a boutonniere.
From the bottom.
Boutonniere.
From the bottom.
Okay.
I got to see. He's so tall. Let me
Oh,
make sure he's
you
tall.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. He's
Okay.
So,
So,
your idea.
good idea. And basically, we are working on an onboarding
Really?
sales pitch, yes. And we have an idea of wanting to create an experience to basically retain people. And we have an idea to have missions where you refer people, but you tell them your story about why you enjoy working for the company or what they're going to do to refer a friend to us. So I'm sure there'll be some kind of gamification for that as well. And we'd like to know how much you would charge.
Oh, wait,
us
do
to-
the one part, your first part though. What's
My first
the other
part.
thing they need to know about the company?
Oh, the history, the story, excuse me, the story. Thank you, back up.
Collab.
So, collab. It will save you one day.
Collab.
Basically, we want to tell the story about the company, how we began, what's our core values, missions, things like that. Because now you're a part of the family.
How big is the company?
How big is the company?
Well, ours we know is the influx of new people is approximately
20
20
people
a month on
a
our
month.
side, but she
Yeah.
has something else.
Yeah, mine is huge. So, and I, off the top of my head, couldn't tell you.
Yours is.
Hundreds, tens, hundreds,
Um,
thousands.
I'll go with 50.
Boom.
And
Let's go with 50.
50 a month.
50 a month.
50 a month.
And what are the normal things you do for onboarding somebody?
Good question.
Right now, they come in and they spend about one day learning about how to check in, security, protocol, admin, that kind of thing. And then they are given or dispersed into their prospective units because we centralize onboarding training, and then they go to their units.
So I just want to make sure that Randy
yes.
understands the value of the system because
Yes.
well, the experience right now is in those 3 days, it's like this conference. They just,
Yes.
Whoa,
A lot of the same
it's
thing.
like the Matrix. Instead,
Yeah.
we spread out the experience over a
year.
and you consume
So you
it at the
sprinkle it.
rate that you choose to as long as you don't fall behind and lose the game.
Yes.
So I think there's maybe 2 different programs that you're
Ooh,
talking about.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So the first program is your 3 days.
Okay. Yes.
Or a day.
Yes.
So part of your missions are filling out your W-2s.
Yes.
Understanding
Card key.
Yes.
understanding security.
Yes.
Getting your security
Benefits. All of that.
badge. So, and what happens when you're doing that is you're photo verifying.
Yeah.
So you've got videos and verifying. So your HR managers, your site managers, your leads can see what you're doing the whole time.
Yes.
You go through harassment training. Every company goes through harassment training.
Yes.
That is part of one of your missions.
Yep.
So now you're
Practice.
recording everything
Yeah.
that's happening in a fun way.
Okay.
As you're doing, part of harassment training really should be interactive. You can't hit your boss.
Yeah, that's probably a
Oh,
negative.
Yeah, that's probably negative.
Got that on film.
Yes, you
Yeah.
did. It should be admissible in court.
So all those programs that you normally do
I have 10
can be
jokes, I'm not
interacted.
telling you.
Can be interacted into a fun digital. I have it on my phone. You have it recorded every day type program.
Yeah.
So there's one program.
Absolutely.
The
Part of
reason,
it-
I think we're to the other piece here, Randy, that we talked about is that program is interactive. It's time-based.
Yes.
You're on a team.
Yes.
You network.
Yes.
Make
and
connections.
bond with
There we
each
go.
other.
That's the other piece
You
of
get
it.
all that stuff done in that period of time, and then you slow it down.
Yeah. Well, and the
I'm-
peer-to-peer coaching piece
I'm-
too, of like, hey, did you fill out? Did you do mission 2? Did you do?
And I've been hired for accounting.
Yeah.
Part of my job is to meet 5 people on the floor and videotape it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 existing
So
people.
existing people
Yeah.
on the floor.
So the
And
mission.
ask them what their job is.
Yeah. That's
So
a good mission.
that's part of our mission, and that's what we're going. So now we've got this program that in 1, 2, or 3 days we created all the things that this person needs to do to come on board with your company and actually start working and have a working knowledge.
Absolutely.
that.
I
The
do too.
second piece of that
Oh, yeah.
program
He's got 2 pieces. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah. Okay.
The second piece of that program then
take
becomes
notes.
all the things that you want to happen over the year. Have you recommended somebody to our company? You have then a video app, and you know who they've recommended, and get an introduction to that person.
Nice.
Have you said good things about the company? Have-
Online or offline?
I was going to
Online
say
or
do a
offline?
video,
You bet. So
like
everything
a commercial.
Again, everything's photo and
Yeah,
video verified.
I
And
like
so
that.
you have the list of things that together we come up with over a year's time. And you can then, as your managers, see the progress of that and what they've done and what they haven't done. And you can see the people that
Falling behind.
I don't really want to do that. And the people that are really excited about
have-
being with
yeah.
Polished Pathways.
Yeah.
That just love
Okay.
to be there.
All right. I like that.
Well, the client is another client. But
It-
that's
it
right.
is another client,
He's
but-
right.
but-
You
but-
get that.
but-
That's right. I should have let him
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, but hey,
My bad.
So
that's okay.
when we're talking a program like that, there's a couple of keys to it.
Okay.
One, if it is an annualized program and we've got people coming on every month, then it becomes an established thing and a rerun. So
You, Heather, needs to be at the client site once a month. You
Yes.
need this training, correct?
No. They'll come to a central office.
Yeah.
Okay.
But won't
Oh.
you be there?
Myself or a peer.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I thought you meant going there.
That's important.
So every month, so you have a standard geoteaming program or LLC
Yeah.
Pathways program that runs. So then that amortizes the cost of setting things up over a year. However, at that same time,
Okay.
every month there's going to be a few things that change or modify.
Okay.
A different people, a different name, a different location, and we can do that and add that in. So that's fairly inexpensive.
Okay.
You can keep them as pods, or you can actually let all the people in a year or some period of time play against each other, even though they're like one team has a month, ahead of each other advantage. But they can kind of see themselves playing. And the whole point is, if you like 12 months is you're still a new hire.
Yes,
I feel
you
like
are.
you're considered a new
At least
hire.
until, yeah.
And so as you
First
game
year.
comes in, you can actually be smart, and you can actually have the people a month ahead of you be a mentor to you.
I was going to say,
And mentoring is a Booz Allen
Huge.
Hamilton award-winning program.
that's good, mentoring.
And so there's different both ways we can do that.
I
So
like
going
that.
going through that and knowing what I know, and don't get me wrong, this would take some time to really talk with you about the
yeah, to dig
complexities of the
into-
program.
absolutely.
But my guess would be it'd be somewhere around $150 a point for that
Okay.
year program.
Okay.
And now let's look
Well,
at
there
the
you go.
value of this program.
Okay.
Right. Let's just say we save one person. We already said it was $250,000.
Yes, we did.
So we can process all those people, and what they lose. Well, what's the kind of current retention? Didn't you say 70? They keep 75% ish.
Yes.
So like out of 125 leave, and we said 25 is like maybe $250,000 if you add all the stuff up.
I think
a lot.
that's a fair. That's
I can't even do the math. That's a lot.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot, and it's
That
worth
would be
it,
the
but-
ROI.
Yeah.
Well, your ROI, so if you look at studies, they run anywhere from half to 1.5 times your annualized salary. So let's assume that the average annualized salary in today's market is somewhere around $80,000. So that's $40,000
okay.
to $120,000 for each employee that you're replacing.
Okay.
So if we save
not-
one employee, that
We
pays
save
for the
money.
program for a year.
Absolutely.
And everybody else after that is
Yeah.
gravy train.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you just
So your ROI,
You're retaining
your
people.
ROI in something like this is very specific.
yeah.
But really what it also does is it gives you a really good way to evaluate your new employees going through their probation problem
Absolutely.
in real time.
How engaged they
Oh, man,
are.
you will
Are they
know.
following through? I mean, all
Yeah,
of
the
those are
leaderboard.
indicators,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So-
You're a
You bet.
slacker, why?
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
So
That's
you're
not
the
very helpful.
You're the CEO now. Do you buy the program or not? So, okay, good.
Let's know.
So
Okay.
I think we're
We're
done
done.
with our collab. Wait,
Okay.
we're not done with our video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
just done with
not-
Randy.
Oh, thank you,
Okay,
Randy.
good job, Randy.
Like, high five. I'm
Brilliant.
free high
Brilliant.
fives.
Oh, geez, I can't.
Oh, what did,
What did you
what
do,
did you
Randy?
do? Oh, there it
fine.
is.
can Randy
Okay.
have his backpack behind you?
Randy can.
Okay.
Lunchtime is over.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Randy. Appreciate that.
Okay, so now we're just going to debrief this. Excuse me,
Okay.
debrief this
This
collab.
collab. Mhm.
Yeah. So how was that process for you?
It was really easy.
That was fun.
Yeah, and it was like, what, 15 minutes? I mean,
Maybe.
Yeah, the time.
Right.
You know, a lot of time people are like, Heather, I don't have time to collab. Yeah.
I got to be in a session.
I gotta do something. Yeah, but this was just that quick.
Well, look at that. Now we collab too. When we said collab, right? We collab right over here.
We invited
with
somebody
Keith.
in, that's
his
right.
real name is Keith. I keep
Keith,
calling him
okay.
Kevin.
Okay.
That's my job. Right? That's
We
part of
have
it.
Randy.
And then Randy
Yeah.
came in, and Randy,
Yeah.
Randy,
Asked some good questions.
Randy added value.
Yes, you did. Thank you,
What
Randy.
What a trooper. Right?
Great questions.
So I think that was
Thinking.
cool, right?
Yeah.
And actually, the idea actually got better than anything
did.
I envisioned in the beginning, for
Yeah,
sure.
I did. Absolutely. Okay, 2 cents? Okay, no
Okay,
problem.
we got your 2
I'll
cents.
leave you a quarter. You like that?
That's a 1,200% return there.
Any-
12 quarter. He's kind of a 2-bit
Yeah.
Randy, 2-bit Randy. So, all right, so we collabed, and so cool. I agree with that. The
Yeah.
process is really, really fun, and that's what happens when you hear a training magazine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you were, so now actually you have to rephrase the question. Like,
Oh,
how do you do
man.
that? So what I'm trying to do, I'll tell you what I
Okay.
think I'm doing. You rephrase the question because I think you have a you style for it,
Okay.
which is like somebody says I'm too busy and I don't want to go to training magazine, right? What do you tell them? So maybe you tell me the other way that you would ask that question.
So I'm too busy. I would say, what are you missing out on that might add value to the work that you do? What are the possibilities of connections that you can make that could give you a new perspective on looking at a problem you're trying to solve for your executive or, just in your team?
What if you could make $1 million program in 15 minutes on camera?
Oh, that's even better. Wow, $1
That's
million.
That's the power of Training Magazine.
Yeah,
How's that?
that was great.
Yeah.
Because the money, you had me at million. You had me at million. You know?
Let's say it
Mama's
together.
all that-
Ready?
yeah.
Let's say it together.
Okay.
$1
million.
I like this.
Million.
Zip it. Zipit.com. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, cool. All right. So
Okay.
now, see Heather too, right? We said she's the ambassador of
the
this
conference,
program. That's
yes.
right. So let's do something kind of ambassador-y and like,
Okay.
how would you like to close this? What's the final word you like to give on this year's Training Magazine for you?
Parting words would be a favorite quote of mine. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Author Ash. That's really, I mean, you've got all this information. Go back, take it, you know? Think about it. Look at your journal, look at your notes. Start with something. Just one thing. One thing in 30 days. One thing. It'll make a difference.
And with that, peace out.
Peace out.